There are over 24 million millionaires in the United States. That is 8% of the population. But here's the thing, there's nothing stopping you from joining them. Let's play a quick game. So, of the millionaires out there, what percentage of them do you think inherited their wealth? A, 50%, B, 30%, or C, less than 20%. If you guess C, less than 20%, you're absolutely right. Less than 16% of millionaires have inherited $100,000 or more. And the rest of them, they built their wealth on their own over a long period of time. Next question. Of the millionaires out there, what percentage of them do you think averaged over a six-figure income across their working career? A, 10%, B, 31%, or C, 50%? If you guessed B, 31%, you'd be absolutely right. 31% of millionaires have a six-figure salary or higher. But that means that 69% of the millionaires out there never hit six-figure status, and they were able to accumulate their wealth with just smart money moves, investing, and time. So if you've been thinking the only way you're going to get wealthy is by hitting the lottery or being a trust fund baby, you're completely wrong. Misunderstanding how wealth is actually built can hold you back from actually taking the actions necessary to build real wealth. And that is what we are fixing today. I'm Terrell Higgins, your real estate and personal finance guide. And in today's video, we're going to be busting 5 myths about becoming a millionaire. Let's get into it. Let's start by talking about the king of pop, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson earned $1.1 billion across his working career. But somehow in 2004, his financial advisors were waving red flags. And by 2009, when Michael Jackson died, he actually was $500 million in debt. And you might be wondering, how does this happen? If you make a fortune, but you spend all that money like you're trying to win an episode of MTV Cribs, you are not actually wealthy. You're just holding on to money until you give it to somebody else. Real wealth is not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep. And that number is your net worth. Your net worth is everything that you own minus everything that you owe. And when that number goes over $1 million, you have become a millionaire. It is that simple. The big takeaway is that you need to spend less, you need to invest more, and keep accumulating assets. So how long does it actually take to become a millionaire? If you spend all your time on TikTok, you would think that all millionaires are 22-year-old crypto investors who got rich overnight. But the actual average age for millionaires in the United States is 61 years old. Becoming a millionaire is not about becoming rich quickly. It's about becoming rich eventually. So if you're in your 20s or 30s and you are not a millionaire yet, you are right on schedule. It's going to take time and consistency for it to compound into millions of dollars. But what are they doing across all of those years? What does the average millionaire career actually look like? 88% of millionaires are business owners. And you might be wondering, why are they business owners? And the reason is taxes. So if you work a job, a W-2 job, the income comes in, Uncle Sam taxes you on that money, and then whatever is left, you can spend on your expenses. But as a business owner, the income comes in, you can spend it on business expenses, and then whatever is left gets taxed. Which means if you have expenses related to growing your business and your top line revenue, you can legally lower your tax bill, and this can supercharge your wealth. Education also plays a role, and 88% of millionaires have a college degree, and many of them have advanced degrees. But it's not just about the education, it's about using that knowledge to make smarter financial moves. So, what do millionaires actually look like? Are they driving around in Bentleys and Ferraris and flashing Rolexes all over the place like it's a bad 90s music video? Not exactly. The average car price for a millionaire is around $31,000. And the most common car brands are Toyota, Honda, and Ford. They're reliable, they're affordable, and they're built to last. And the most common states to find millionaires in are California, New York, Texas, and Florida. And for the average home price, 6 out of 10 millionaires live in a home that is less than $500,000. And the reason is because real wealth is not flashy. If you see someone on social media with some blinged out watch, a fancy car, and a huge home, they're probably selling a course and they're not actually rich, because real wealth is quiet and unassuming. So if they aren't blowing their money on flashy cars and diamond chains, where are they putting their money? So the investment profile for a millionaire looks something like this. 35% of their money is in cash, 30% is in real estate, mostly in their primary residence, 25% is in long-term investments such as business assets or the stock market, and that last 10% is in risky investments. So this is that startup company, this is that crypto holding, this could be e-commerce business. That small 10% sliver has the chance to outperform the rest of the portfolio, but it also has a good chance of going to zero, and that's why it's controlled to 10% of their portfolio. One thing to note about home ownership is that 95% of millionaires own their home. And the net worth of homeowners is actually 40 times higher than renters. That's right, 40 times higher than renters. So homeownership is one of the big keys to building long-term wealth, because most millionaires are not jumping in and out of stocks every other day. They have a long-term investment horizon. They pick stable investments, consistently invest in them, and they wait for compounding to do all the heavy lifting. So if you're waiting to get rich to start investing, you have it backwards. You actually invest to become rich. So let's recap the 5 millionaire myths that I busted in today's video. High income equals millionaire, and the answer is no. What you keep is way more important than what you make, and your net worth is what you should be focused on. The next myth is that millionaires are young, and this is absolutely not true. The average age for a millionaire is 61 years old. They allow time for their investments to compound. The next thing is that millionaires have amazing jobs that are paying them gobs and gobs of money. And the answer is no. Most millionaires have a simple business or job, and they saved more diligently than they were spending. The next myth is that they live these flashy lifestyles with cars and homes, and that's just not the case. Their average car is only $31,000 and their house is less than $500,000. And the final thing is that millionaires are sitting on gobs of cash, and that is absolutely not true. Millionaires invest their money in real estate and the stock market, and they let those long-term investments compound over time into millions and millions of dollars. So if you're looking for your next move, recognize that you need to control your spending, invest wisely, and be patient enough to let those investments compound. If you liked today's video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, because I give advice like this every single week. And if you're wondering how you can start buying these investments, the best thing to do is use other people's money. And that's going to require that you have a very good credit score. And I did an entire video on how you can get a perfect credit score. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Less than 16% of Why, Onyx? Why? That was a good take, man. You trolling me. You wanna go outside?